Introducing the JBL Quantum 400. It is one of 7 headsets in JBL's newest and first range of headsets. JBL are known for their audio speakers, but they've decided that now's the time to get into gaming headsets, and I'm so glad that they did. Hey, my name's Jazz for pretty much Geeks, and this is the JBL Quantum 400. The 400 is smack bang in the middle of JBL's new Quantum range, and you can get it for about 170 New Zealand dollars. For those of you who like tech speak, here are the numbers, but if you are like me and just want to know if it's good or not, well, let's go take a closer look. One of the first things I noticed when I picked up the headset is the beautiful L and R in the middle of the ears. They are vibrant and very hard to miss. And as you're admiring the beautiful L and R inside the ears, you notice the padding is super soft. The softest padding I've ever had on any headset that I've ever owned. The padding is also memory foam, so theoretically should mold to the side of your head and become more comfortable over time. The padding under the band is also quite soft, which makes the whole sort of sitting on your head experience quite comfortable. However, my ears are quite small, and so the cups are large enough to fit over my ears entirely, which I don't find quite comfortable because the whole thing just suctioned to the side of my head and my ears felt like they were in a little vacuum and couldn't breathe and I found that if I was waiting for a game by myself, I would take the headset off just because they weren't comfortable like that. Overall, it's a pretty alright looking headset. It's not the prettiest, but I kind of like the simple, basic design. And in fact, you're not going to notice anyway because lights. When you plug the headset into a PC or a PS4 via the pretty USB cord, which is rope cord by the way, oh my goodness, I am a sucker for rope cord. Like you just touch it and feel it and you know that this is good quality stuff. Anyway, when you plug it in with the USB cord, the JBL logo lights up and you look like the coolest gamer your mother ever knew. Because who else is gonna see these pretty lights except your mum? I think it's worth noting that the USB cable will not work with an Xbox One. Inside the box you will find 2 cables, the Type A to Type C USB cable and the 3.5 audio cable. This cord you can use to attach to your mobile phone, your Nintendo Switch and into your controller for Xbox and PlayStation. But you'll have to use it for the Xbox. It also means that you won't get the pretty lights on the Xbox. I will probably end up using the audio cable for my PS4 as well, since even though the USB cable is 3 meters long, it doesn't quite reach my TV to my couch. Now let's talk about the software. All of JBL's Quantum headsets come with an app called the Quantum Engine. Once you plug it into a PC with the USB cable, it should prompt you to install it, and you should install it because with it you can customize everything from your lights, what color they are and how they flicker, and your EQ settings. There's also the option to turn on 3D audio. Now when I turned this on, the game audio I think sounded better. And the other cool thing is, if you want to play multiple games with the unique settings, you can customize and save several different profiles to better suit each game. Now there are 2 dials on the left side of the headset. A volume dial and a game audio versus chat audio dial. When I first saw this, I thought this was an incredibly cool idea. Like I could be playing Dead by Daylight and all my teammates are like nattering on about RuPaul's Drag Race or whatever.
Yeah, I feel very attacked!
And I could just like turn them down a bit, focus on the game audio, and then when they've had, stopped talking about whatever they're talking about, I could bring them back up and listen to their important calls again. But in practice, it wasn't quite as I had imagined. Alright, are you ready?
Yeah.
For one, it only works with Discord, TeamSpeak, and Skype, which when I think about it, it makes sense it doesn't automatically work with everything. And secondly, twiddling with the dials wasn't quite as intuitive as I needed it to be. I couldn't change the volume absent-mindedly mid-game. I found that I had to really search for the dials, like, is this the one I wanted? Yeah, oh, no wait, this is the one I wanted? Yeah, okay. I just don't have to think about it, you know?
Having said that, when I did find the dials, they worked reasonably well.
Underneath the two dials, you'll find that there's also a mute button, which brings me to the mic.
Mic test, check, 1, 2. I'm just like checking my hair out in the webcam and I have no idea what to do with it. Like, what is this? It's like fire coming out of my head. So this is what the Quantum 400 sounds like. One of the cool features with the mic is that if you flip it up, and we are back, which is pretty cool. The headphones are quite tight, so another thing that it does is that it plays back your voice so that you know, one, if your mic is on, but also you can kind of hear what you're saying. I really like it because I really like the sound of my own voice, but also it's really nice to know when you're like distorting the audio. I'm known to breathe a lot. I used to have a headset that just went poof, it was like a wind tunnel all the time. Breathing test, let's go. That's actually really nice. The lack of breathing, because I breathe so hard during gaming. I'm like, my Overwatch friends are like, are you okay? Are you dying? Breathe, Jazz, breathe! I am, it's okay. I have a couple of other headphones that we can compare the audio to. This is the Kraken Razor. It's a bit cheaper than the Quantum 400. Oh, let's get this out of the way. This here is the Corsair HS70. It is my personal favorite because it is wireless, which helps with the PlayStation Couch dilemma, though it is markedly more expensive than the other two mics. I actually really appreciate this mic, comparing it to all my other mics now. Out of all my headsets, I really like this mic. No, I love this. I love it so much, actually. Again, comparing it to my other headsets, I have a newfound appreciation for the mic sound. Like, I love it. I love that I can hear myself. I love how, flipping the mic up. That's so cool.
From the mic quality, to the software that lets you customize the lights and the audio, to the decent price of $170. This is probably the best headset I've ever owned. But if $170 is a bit out of your budget, the JBL Quantum range also has the 100, the 200, and the 300. And if you want a little bit more than this, there's the 600, the 800, and the 1. So if you're looking for a headset, I highly recommend checking out the JBL Quantum range. My pick though, would definitely be the Quantum 400.